just ahead of the women's winners bracket final. Taking a look at the near side of your screen, that is Alix Truong and her leg. She's got some tape around the outside of the left leg and around the knee. She called the trainer after she and Megan Fudge won game 1 in the semifinal, and appears she is still able to go here in the women's bracket final.
Well, one thing I'm going to say for sure is Jardim and Todd are not going to play nice, and they're going to put that injury to the test. So it's going to be difficult if it's difficult for Truong to move around the court, then Fudge is going to have to take over a lot of the coverage.
Yeah, but I just think too, like, obviously, I don't think this does anything for the game plan for Jardim and Todd. They're going to stick to their game plan. They're going to move inside out. They're going to play powerful, and they're going to put pressure on regardless of what's going on the other side of the net.
Chad, you mentioned court coverage. With a knee injury in a sport that's a lot about side-to-side movement, you have to get up and back in the court. How difficult is it to move when you have some issues with the knee?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that ultimately the knee issues are what took me out of playing and wanting to continue playing, because it is, you do have to, you put so much pressure on your knees with, like you said, Dorian, the side-to-side movement, the front and back movement, but also just the athletic position of being able to be in a good position to be able to take those balls early or out in front. It's really going to hamper the play style and the effectiveness for Truong.
In addition to that, with Truong perhaps being limited in her ability to move around the court, how much then is going to fall on Megan Fudge to have to pick up the rest of it?
Well, if anyone can, it is Megan Fudge. She covers court like no other. She doesn't get tired. We see it in singles. She's continuously playing 3 events and making deep runs every weekend. She's like the Energizer Bunny for pickleball. She just never gets tired. And so, again, if anyone can do it, it's Megan Fudge, as we see her finishing up her warm-up here and almost looking like they are ready to go. But if that's the case, I will look for Megan to play very big on the left-handed side, which would be her forehand in the middle, and we'll see what can happen here. But, again, Todd and Jardim obviously are very hard to beat in general, and so it's going to be a tough task here regardless of anything going on the side of Fudge and Truong.
Fudge and Truong, the 2 seed, and tough task, tall task, going up again what has been the elite pairing in the APP women's doubles side this year, Parris, Todd, and Simone Jardim. 5 gold medals already on the season. This is a rematch of the Punta Gorda final, and we are underway here on Championship Court. Truong looking pretty strong on that one.
1-0-2.
Yeah, she was on that one too, but Truong caught that ball just a little late. Got on top of it, but hit it straight down into the net. So I'm unsure as to why Todd would go right at Truong while Fudge is coming across the court there.
Beneficial net court there for Truong, earns the side out. Fudge sends it long.
And that's going to be the spot to go backhand side on Fudge, because you're already seeing her pinch really heavy to the middle. And so I'm going to look for Todd and Jardim to go to that backhand side.
Might have been an out ball, but Todd able to put it away.
Yeah, good spot there from Jardim on Truong. Creates that pop-up.
0-1-1.
What a battle.
A nice put away there from Jardim, but Megan Fudge using her athleticism to slide to the left to keep on that forehand side, to keep them in that point. Nice hands battle.
Now Truong saying sit, but it sails long.
2-1-1. Second server.
Todd catches the top of the tape.
Yeah, I'd like to see Todd let that one go. By the time she caught up to it, it was already past her.
2-1-2.
That ball's just wide. So, Jardim, again, is going to test that knee. She hits the softest serve that's out wide, pulls Truong off the court.
Going for the extreme angle again.
One, 3-1.
Big hitting from Jardim.
Leg not bothering too much if you're able to get down to scorpion position and get on top of that right there,
1-3-2.
as Truong does.
I got it.
And that's just tough right there again. Good coverage by Fudge to get that. Truong trying to go pinch back middle, but gets to the middle. But Fudge's momentum carries her out, and Jardim finds a hole.
Yeah, good spot there from Jardim. Freezes Truong down the line. You see a jump across to the forehand side, but she splits the middle.
4-1-1.
It's just amazing what Jardim does right there. She speeds up with the backhand, but again, it's following the ball. She speeds up with the backhand, then covers in the middle with the forehand.
Tried for the speed up, but catches the net cord.
Yeah, it's a tougher ball to speed up there. Fully extended.
5-1-2.
Ball already dropping, almost about to bounce. And that one coming out just a little flat.
Fudge and Truong earning the side out, 1-5-1.
1-5-1.
Forehand winner down the line.
Well, and that's sometimes the issue with Todd, is she loves the pinch middle, even though that's her backhand, and she will tend to get burned down the line there. And that's exactly what happens. And if you think that Truong and Fudge don't know that, you're sadly mistaken.
Beautiful forehand through the middle.
Yeah, good setup there. Jardim goes forehand side to Truong, pulls her across, knowing that Fudge is going to have to come middle, and goes back outside behind Fudge and opens that hole for Todd to finish it.
That's a nice pull for Truong off the short hop. That surprised Jardim a little bit, but I like that pull.
3-5-2.
Truong sends it wide as Jardim and Todd earn a side out, up 5-3 here in game number 1 in the women's doubles winners bracket final.
1-1.
And a come on from Alix Truong as she gets the winner.
She was almost off balance hitting that too, kind of feet planted, but ended up extending nicely and able to find the hole in the middle.
That was going ahead.
Lost the ball somewhere in the backstop back there, under the curtain or in the ivy.
5-3-2.
Good eye from Jardim.
A good talk, too, from Todd, letting her say bounce because Jardim was wound up.
Beautiful dig from Fudge, but Todd puts it away.
Yeah, and that's the difficulty there where you're stacked and you're trying to get completely across the other side of the court. Jardim rolls that drop out wide.
They're starting to pile up for Fudge and Truong as Jardim and Todd extend their lead to 5. Fudge and Truong want to talk it over. What are Todd and Jardim doing that are causing Fudge and Truong so much trouble?
I mean, it's kind of going to hit on this a little bit, and we talk about it a little bit, is the fact of in the closeness of a partnership, right? We talk about how partners and players change partners constantly and change who they're playing with week in and week out, but you have to understand that the familiarity of Jardim and Todd, they know where each other's going to be before they hit the ball. If Jardim goes down the line, she knows where Parris is going to be to cover her, and vice versa. And so their familiarity just shows week in and week out. And going 5 for 5 in gold medals on the women's double side of things here on the tour is just a testament to that. So, again, that teamwork and that camaraderie and knowing where your partner's going to be is just showing, again, right here today in an 8-3 lead in Game 1.
8-3-2. Another put away from Jardim.
But I honestly, in this situation, I'd almost get out of the stack, right? Because what's happening, and it's been multiple so far, is that Megan's not fully getting to the kitchen line by the time that drop's pulling her out wide, and then it just isolates her out as she's trying to cover so much court.
Sails just long. Side out for Fudge and Truong.
3-9-1. Go, go, go!
Right into the body of Fudge.
And that's such a good ball right there from Todd as she got Fudge pinching to the middle, and she just went right behind her and ends up right on her body.
I got it.
Jardim aiming for the feet of Truong, and that's where you see Fudge really extending that coverage.
Yeah, and Jarjing's going to use that. I mean, she uses it when she's playing against two opponents that can move. Right now, you're isolating one, using that drop.
Caught the edge guard to bring up game point here in game number 1. Jardim and Todd on top, 10-3-1.
10-3-1.
Both Todd and Jardim wanted to finish that.
Oh, both of them trying to put an exclamation point on that one. Someone almost lost a finger.
Game 1 goes the way of the top seed as Jardim and Todd top Fudge and Truong 11-3. We will have more from game number 2 here on Championship Court at the Billie Jean King USTA National Tennis Center when we return here at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open.
presented by USA Pickleball, Penguin, and Consumer Cellular.
That was the Vlasic Classic in Cincinnati. Here's what's coming up tomorrow. It is the mixed doubles bracket sponsored by Vlasic. It's going to be Bar and Nunnery going up against Jardim and Stefan Overn. A little bit of surprise, no Andre Diescu, but it will be someone new reigning supreme in the mixed doubles.
Yeah, again, a good setup there from Jardim, pulling Fudge out wide, gets that ball to sit up. Todd steps in, attacks Truong right into the hip.
Forehand long from Fudge.
Yeah, it's the hard part of looking to cover more court than what you are typically going to. You start pressing a little bit, trying to catch up to the ball.
And Jardim sends it long.
That's a good job there by Fudge getting that ball down, and Jardim making it very tough on her to actually hit up and keep it in.
Friendly net cord.
Yeah, Todd just getting a paddle on that one.
That's another good spot right there from Jardim, going right at the feet of Megan Fudge, making it very tough.
Too hot to handle.
Yeah, well, in that situation there, Truong not using that left leg, so bad spot to speed up from.
3-0-1. Point.
And Fudge into the net. A couple of uncharacteristic unforced errors.
Again, that's exactly what you can't have right now. Again, when you're playing Jardim and Todd, you need to be as clean as possible. Again, you don't get 5 gold medals in a row without playing very clean pickleball.
Just inside the back corner.
I mean, corner pocket right there for Simone Jardim. Beautifully done.
5-0-1. 1 minute.
You got the timeout here from Fudge and Truong, and like in a blink of an eye, it's 5-0. And it's like, what just happened? Like, we just finished game 1, and now we're down 5-0. You're spotted those points. It's tough.
We continually talk about the familiarity when it comes to Todd and Jardim, but what is it about their skill set that has allowed them to be so successful?
You're pointing straight at me, Tom. Thanks. No, I mean, they do train together a lot. They work on shots together. You know, the one thing for Simone is, yeah, she's been at the top for a long time. But as the game progresses, so does her skill set. She's constantly working on things, looking for the consistency and, you know, making adjustments. And it's the same for Todd. Todd came in and she had the power, but she had to figure out, you know, how to speed up those balls, how to keep them in rather than just ripping a ball and that thing sailing a couple of feet deep.
Continuous, relentless attack.
But down, right? Last one is down at the feet. Ungettable. Beautifully done. And a good finish from Parris Todd.
6-0-1 here in game 2.
That is not an easy ball right there on that speed up from Jardim. But Alix Truong, nicely done down the line.
How many times has Jardim used that offensive lob today?
Well, I mean, that's one of her favorite shots right there. She uses the offensive lob. She uses the third shot lob.
Chad, to your point, why is that lob so effective?
So if you can disguise it well, what it'll look like a lot of the times is that ball is going to be sped up. So you go back on your heels, you throw that ball up, and then it pulls your opponents back away from the kitchen line, putting you on the offense and giving you sole control of that kitchen line.
Forehand error gives Truong and Fudge a side out. Right at the feet.
And again, if they're going to go get back in this, though, they're going to need to reel off. And we always talk about 1 point at a time, but they got to think 1, 2, maybe 3 at a time here, and then hold and give up none to get back in this.
And Fudge again off of the back foot.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times from her.
And Jardim puts away the easy overhead.
Yeah. Truong trying to get up to the kitchen line, over commits to that ball, walks on top of it, that ball gets right to the feet and just pops it up.
Clips the top of the tape.
Yeah, Jardim probably hit an out ball in the middle of that one. Todd, tough ball to try to pick up.
The net court giveth, and the net court
Take
it away. It was the other way around.
This one was.
Yeah. I tried.
That's all right. You screwed up. It's all good. We all did.
But again, when it's going,
Point still stands. And match point now for Simone, Jardim, and Parris Todd.
Oh, Todd was all over it, but again, getting a little too big with the backswing. Once that ball is past the hips, it's very difficult to get it over the net and keep it down.
again, right there, same kind of thing. She just got a little too big on that two-handed backhand right there.
And Truong wins the firefight, but Fudge and Truong still with some work to do, down 2-10-1. Beautiful ball from Jardim.
Again, got Truong full sprint, and nice job bringing her to the net. Can't control that next one.
Forces the side out to bring up match point number 2. Todd leaves it just a bit short.
Yeah, Todd cut off the motion there. Tried to add more spin, but came across the body. Just needs to stay through the extension of that a little bit longer, and Jardim doing the same thing.
Truong and Fudge hold. Service back on side.
Just so easy, so smooth. The inside-out forehand.
Just makes it look effortless.
2-10-2.
And misses just wide.
Yeah, a little too big there from Todd as well. You see the paddle go back behind the body.
3-10-2. Side out.
Little touch shot from Jardim pays off. And now match point number 4 as Todd will serve. Fudge fights off another match point. That's 4 now saved.
Well, threading the needle down the middle with the backhand by Fudge.
10-3-2.
Fudge and Truong not going away quietly.
No, fought off 5 now, match points in every one of these. They just got to keep chipping away here.
Second server.
And really pushing Truong back, keeping her at the baseline.
3-10-2.
3-10-2.
That's tough right there because that ball got so close to the body. She accelerated a little too much, trying to take it kind of as a half volley.
4-10-2.
A few too many errors for Jardim and Todd in this last little run.
Truong and Fudge have battled back 5-10-2 as Jardim and Todd take a timeout.
Yeah, it's a good timeout here because, again, sensing a little bit of a run here from Truong and Fudge. They don't want to let them get any closer here, get any more momentum because, again, Jardim and Todd in control most of this match, but they've gotten a few 5 match points fought off. And now Fudge and Truong right back in this.
If you're Fudge and Truong and you've been able to stave off those match points, chip away at the lead, what's the mentality here in this timeout?
I mean, honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. It's Jardim and Todd that are making the errors right now. They let their foot off the gas a little bit. You've seen some looser play as far as one hand flicks from Jardim, big swings from Todd. And with pickleball, that's where you get into trouble. You relax a little bit, and you start with some of those errors creeping in, and it runs away from you so quickly.
Jardim with the winner down the line, and so once again, Todd and Jardim serving for a chance to advance into the championship game on Sunday.
It's getting just a little tighter and a little tighter each time.
10-5-2.
That will do it as Jardim and Todd finally close it out They take the match 11-3, 11-5, and the duo that has won 5 consecutive gold medals will play for a chance at number 6 on Sunday. We'll hear from the top-seeded women doubles team when we come back here at the Boca Raton 2023 APP New York City Open.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Simone, Jardim, and Parris Todd into their 6th gold medal match. Here's a look at match point.
Yeah, a couple of errors crept into the game for Jardim and Todd at the end, but the inside out into the body of Jardim ends up getting them the win right there. We're going to throw it down to Dominic Catalano, courtside with Simone and Parris.
All right, I'm with Simone, Jardim, Parris Todd punching their ticket yet again to another championship Sunday. Simone, you guys handled game 1. Game 2, you had to call a timeout. What's the discussion there as they get on a roll there?
I think it's just as they swap sides, it was just a couple of bad decisions by me. I went to the wrong spot, and, ultimately that's what the game is about. It's not necessarily, I mean, I can't crack an egg, but if I can hit my spots right, it sets her up every time.
And then Parris, for you guys, playing together on yet another championship Sunday, what's it going to take for you guys to go 6 for 6 this weekend?
I think it's just communication between us and just the relationship that we share. So it's just fun being on court, and we enjoy every minute together, so that's what's important.
All right, well, it is not a championship Sunday in women's doubles without Simone, Jardim, and Parris Todd here in New York at the Boca Raton APP New York City Open. We'll be right back with our next match here on Championship Court.